Hey explorers, so today I am taking you to the Kennedy Space Center. It's about a 40-minute drive from Melbourne, Florida, going north on I-95, and you have to cross over to the island. It's on the same island where Cocoa Beach is located, but further north. And you have to obviously cross the bridge over, and a drawbridge came up on my way there. Like I was gonna be on time. I will see you at the Kennedy Space Center. But first, make sure if you have not already that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when all of my videos are released on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And on my channel, I talk about all things travel and a little bit of photography. So let's hit the Space Center after this drawbridge goes down. Welcome to the Kennedy Space Center, which is located in Cape Canaveral, Florida. So the gate opens where you can drive in and park 30 minutes prior to the opening of the Space Center. Starting June 14th, 2021, so now, the Kennedy Space Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Sunday. And when you arrive, if you get there early in the morning at the time of opening, there's going to be a long line for security. So make sure you look to see if there's multiple lines, because in this case, as most people operate, they see a line, they get in it, and then they stand in it for like 40 minutes as I did. So make sure you check to see, because as you can see now that we're closer, there are multiple security checkpoints. If you don't want to stand in a long security line, you can come later in the day, but just know that the lines to the attractions will be longer. Now let's enjoy the Journey to Mars exhibit.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You just heard a live performance in the background where they're trying to explain about people going to Mars in the future. But in the meantime, here is the first rover that landed on Mars in 1996. This is a space exploration vehicle concept that NASA is testing for a new generation of roving space exploration vehicles to help future robots and astronauts explore more than ever before. We have now finished our journey to Mars, and now we're going to head over to the rocket garden, where you can see rockets that have been used in prior missions. This one right here is the Juno 2. In each rocket, you'll see a placard underneath if you're at the Space Center to read more about it. This rocket here is the Saturn 1B. The Saturn 1B took its first flight to space in 1966 and its last flight in 1975. This rocket right here is the Delta II, and for about 30 years, it was the industry workhorse for NASA, launching more than 230 satellites on 155 flights while in service. Now we are going to catch the bus and head over to the Apollo Saturn V Center. It is behind the gates, so you must be on a bus tour in order to get to this part of the Kennedy Space Center. Some things to note: you can register for a ticket. You must have a ticket to catch the bus tour, and it's free. It's a part of your entry to the Space Center. Register once you get to the Space Center, and you'll be able to catch this bus. I also recommend going to the bus meeting point about 15 minutes prior to your departure time so you can make sure you can get to the front of the line. You want to do this because you want to get a specific seat on the bus. Make sure when you board the bus that you board on your left side, so you'll be sitting down on the right. This side is very important because you'll be able to see a lot of interesting things on the way to that center. So let's sit down, relax, and enjoy our journey over to the Apollo Saturn V Center.
Into space. His flight was only 15 minutes. He splashed down off the coast of the Bahamas. Can you imagine going from here to the beautiful Bahamas? In 15 minutes, it's 456 feet tall. They open in an upside down T, and they open in sections. Each section weighs 32 tons. It takes one door approximately 45 minutes to completely open and 45 minutes to completely close.
We have arrived to the Apollo Saturn V Center, where we have a lot of interactive portions in the beginning. And one of my favorite was the Apollo 8 in the firing room. This is the actual room they watched and controlled the launch from. Let's enjoy. After leaving the launch room, you get to walk around and see some exhibits yourself of the different Apollo ships, as well as a variety of other things to learn about the Apollo missions and a race to the moon. As we explore, just note that these are all real rockets that were used, and also the daily admission tickets currently in June 2021 is $57 for adults age 12 and older and $47 for children 3 to 11. There's also pricing for multi-day tickets as well as annual passes. I will link that information down below in the description box. While in the Apollo Saturn V Center, they have a room with different spacesuits showing the evolution and technology over time. Like, how cool is this? So if you have time while you're in the center, it's definitely worth stopping by and reading more about each of these spacesuits. Now let's get ready to head back over to the main Kennedy Center. And just a note, shuttles headed back to the Kennedy Space Center, the visitor center, will run every 15 minutes, and you just have to line up, get in queue, and you board the bus back to the visitor center. I will leave down in the description box a link to the Apollo Saturn V Center, where you can get a high-level summary about the center, as well as a link to reserve your transportation time to catch the bus over to the Apollo Saturn V Center. Rides to and from the Apollo Space Center take about 20 minutes, so you're going to spend at least an hour on that transit over. When I got back, I stopped by Atlantis, and I was hoping to go inside and experience the shuttle launch experience, but the line was long. So the later in the day it gets, the longer the lines will be. So I decided to not do this. Another thing to note, they do have several places where you can eat at this Kennedy Space Center. When I went, there was still things in place for the pandemic, so they only had one cafe open. I ended up going to the gift shop and buying chips and leaving to go get some food because that line was horrific. Here are some final tips that I would like for you to know. When visiting the Kennedy Space Center, there are a lot of things to see, and you may not be able to see every single attraction in one day, or you'll just have a very long day. Also, the parking has different rates. If you are taking a motorcycle, it'll be $5, automobiles $10, and oversized vehicles, motorhomes or RVs are $15. Also, if you are coming from Orlando, I know I said I was coming from Melbourne, but if you're coming from Orlando, it'll probably take you 45 minutes to an hour, depending on where you're located in Orlando, to get to the Space Center. All right, I am back in the car after spending about half a day here at the Kennedy Space Center. It is extremely hot. I did not see everything. It is quite a huge complex. So either you should spend the whole day here or come back again to see everything. And the lines were long, but I told you all about that during the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you understand a little bit of what goes on at the Kennedy Space Center. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave any questions or comments you have down below in the comment box. And please make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and your social media networks. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are.